What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Buckles Locker. Coming to you again. Subscribe, like, comment, share on all the videos. Don't forget to hit the notification bell icon to notify all new videos that's posted on this channel. Shouts out to all the Pirates and Sea Bandits. Welcome. Shout out to everybody across the Bucs Nation. Keep supporting the team. Keep supporting the team across all platforms, whether they win or lose. Yeah. So let's get to it. The Tampa Bay Bucs versus the Seattle Seahawks in Munich, Germany. Let me give me some shout outs real quick. Josh in the building as usual. Perry Math as usual. Bucks for life. Val, what's up, man? Haitian boy 407. I'm good, man. I'm good. Come on in. Get everybody a chance to gather their thoughts. We're gonna have a little conversation. Just got done watching the Seahawks in the car game. You know what I'm saying? We got some things to talk about. You feel me? Facts. Don't get mad at me. Yeah. Got some new twisters and stuff like that. Look, tighten it up. You know, I know. Little twisties, got my little palm tree going. It's a Florida thing, you know what I'm saying? Got a nice little cut, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get right, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to the basketball game tonight, you know what I'm saying? So, it's a little different. I think it's a different look. It's different for me. Not used to it. I'm used to just letting my hair grow. Free form, but I figure, I give it a new look, a different look, I guess we'll see how it works out. I might try another style, I might try to do something different next time, Switch it up for y'all, you know what I'm saying? Switch it up. But anyway, Tampa Bay Bucs 4-5, coming off a victory, a dramatic victory, heart throbbing, crazy game against the Los Angeles Rams. Man, that game's still crazy. I watched the replay, man. I just, how the heck did we win that game? It's just funny how that game turned out, man. And it turned out good for the Bucs. Everybody want to call me when I'm on. Why does this always happen? When I get on live, they want to start calling. But yeah, it's just crazy how that game, how it changed our season. And I want y'all to keep that victory in mind too, because I marked that game down as a asterisk by it, right? So that game meant a lot especially going into this game, because I don't think the Bucs would have been able to survive if they would have lost that game. I'm gonna be honest with you. Just looking at the Bucs and the way they've been playing the first 8 weeks prior to that game, I think if they would have lost that game, I don't think the Bucs would have finished over 500. I think the Bucs would have ended it probably as 7-10, 8-9 season, or 6-11. That's the difference between going, 7-10, 8-9 versus, 12-5, 11-6, 10-7. So that game was scary, folks. I think people really don't understand the magnitude of that victory from a psychological standpoint for the Bucs. It was like a sigh of relief. It was like a big boulder came off their back. You know what I'm saying? Because you're coming off of 3 straight really bad performances, two games against bad teams, and then an awful game against the Ravens. I don't care what the score says. That game was awful for the Bucs, especially second half. But now here comes now that we go to Germany, the NFL debuts in Germany finally. It's funny how they picked the Bucs to go to Germany. Out of all the teams in the NFL, they picked the Bucs to go to Germany. I think we can kind of Jesus. Why everybody want to? I think we know why the Bucs. I think we know why they picked the Bucs. I think we know why they picked the Bucs. They picked the Bucs because of one reason. And I hate to keep beating the dead horse, but they picked us because of Tom Brady. They're not picking us to go to Germany if we didn't have Brady. Let's be real. This is a marketing branding. They're using. I wouldn't say they're using us. They're using Brady to outreach to Germany because remember we had NFL Europe too. So what up, Rip? What's up, man? Jonathan, what's the deal? They're using the platform that the Bucs have right now with one of the greatest players of all time, and they want to expound upon the brand. And what perfect way to do it with Tom Brady. He brings a lot of attention, a lot of ratings, and fans want to see him around the world. So I understand the move from a business perspective. A lot of the stuff that's happening with the Bucs, even going back to 2020, it was all business. I think that was the number one thing. Everything that came after it was great, right? But I think the number one reason, because I think we all know as Bucs fans, we were never a team that people follow. So going to Germany, it's a big deal for the Bucs to debut in Germany. And it's not because of the Tampa Bay brand, because our brand, to be honest with you, our brand is not good. Outside of the last 3 years, or counting the season too, 2020, 2021, and then this season, our brand is pretty much like bottom 5 in the NFL. You don't really see nobody wearing our jerseys outside of Tampa, really. There's a few people that lives in cities around the country, but nobody's wearing our jerseys outside of Tampa, really. You got a couple of people here in Louisiana, little onesie twosies here and there, but from an overall perspective, outside of Central Florida, nobody's wearing Tampa jerseys. And now you see Tampa jerseys all over, but you only see most of the jerseys you do see is only one jersey. So that comes with the territory, because I've been in places and I see people with Tampa Bay Bucs jerseys, but it's just Tom Brady jerseys. So I don't even think they're really Bucs fans. A lot of people that is wearing these jerseys, and especially specifically the Tom Brady jerseys outside of Tampa, a lot of them are not really Tampa fans. They're just fans of they're fans of the player, not the team. Because I guarantee you this, even though we're going to Germany, come next year, I highly doubt we get any Germany or NFL across the pond games. And even though this is a 9:30 in the morning, 9:30 in the morning game, you can kind of say almost like it's a primetime game because it's a good team. And we'll get to that in a second, but just kind of give you the Germany, the business perspective of what I'm looking at. This is the sell jerseys. This is a business deal. Win or lose for this game, no matter what team win or what team loses. And what better? And you got two teams. You got one team that's doing really good, and then you got another team that's struggling, but they have one of the best players of all time. That's a good product to put out there. So, and nobody saw this coming. Nobody picked Seattle to be this good. They're the best team in the NFC West. So going to Germany, they're flying high. They've been playing very well the last several weeks, offensively and defensively. The stats show it. The eye test show it. And so from a business perspective, it's a win-win for the NFL. So shout out to them sending the teams over to Germany. And also, from a Bucs perspective, at least we get our team out there even more. And whenever Tom Brady retires and he moves on to better, life after football, at least that way the Bucs will be known, in Germany. Now, will we get back to Germany? That's another question. That's another that's another topic. I highly doubt that once Brady leave, I don't think a lot of things are gonna fall off. From a business perspective, I don't think we're gonna maintain this jersey sales and concessions and sellouts like that because of the fanfare behind it was Gronkowski and Brady, and then we had Antonio Brown, and So we had some characters, but you know, we as Bucs fans, we gotta you know, be happy that we're getting this exposure because we know, and I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer, but there will be some dark days after Tom Brady, unless we can go get a top tier quarterback in free agency, which I just wish we can just draft our own quarterback. Stop like nitpicking and trying to cherry pick off of other teams' quarterbacks and build your own like everybody else doing, or try to build your own successfully, which would I think that'll mean a lot more to the Bucs fans than trying to go snag Lamar Jackson or Jimmy Garoppolo. You know what I'm saying? You're just trying to reach for somebody that can do something. Like, how about just building your own? You know what I'm saying? Do what Buffalo did. You know, Kansas City, go do what they did. You know, Philadelphia, shout out to them. Jalen Hurts, they drafted him. Tua, Miami drafted Tua, surrounded him with some good players. You know, do what they did. You know, go get your guy. You know, Dallas drafted Dak Prescott. You know, shoot, the New York Giants drafted Daniel Jones, and I guess they might stick with him. Even the New York Jets, they drafted Zach Wilson. They winning. Got to draft a quarterback, man. And I think drafting a quarterback and growing them in the city means a lot more than going to get somebody that's already established and bringing them to the team. Even though it means a lot to the fan base, but drafting a quarterback means a whole lot more than signing a quarterback. Because drafting a quarterback, you get to grow with that quarterback. You get to watch him develop. So for those of you that's talking about Lamar Jackson and Deshaun Watson at the time, Jimmy Garoppolo, you're just reaching for something. You just want something different. You don't want to see your homegrown talent at quarterback. So I just kind of want to touch bases on that. And I think Seattle going to draft a quarterback too, even though Geno Smith is playing well. As I transition to the matchup, Geno Smith is playing very well. He might get a 2-3 year deal after the season, which I think he will. I think Seattle's going to re-sign him to a nice little contract, 2-3 year deal. Then they're going to draft their young guy. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to move on. And I like what Seattle's doing. Going into this game, I like everything about them. Nobody saw this coming. I like everything about Seattle. Everything. And I'm talking to you from a football perspective. I like Seattle more than Tampa. Not saying that Seattle's I'm a fan of them. I want to be their fan base. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the product on the field is a whole lot better than what the Bucs are putting out on the field. It's not even close, folks. The first couple weeks, Seattle didn't play well. That's a fact. But the last several weeks, last 4 or 5 weeks, go look at the stats. Defense playing well. I think there was a graph that was put up the last 4 or 5 weeks. Seattle defense top 10 in a lot of categories. Points allowed, points, yards given up, pass defense, run defense, turnovers, creating turnover takeaways, sacks allowed. Like, they're not playing, folks. The defensive coordinator made some adjustments. The offensive coordinator is great. Multiple formations, way, way better than the Bucs. I don't care what the Bucs got right now. They can have Justin Jefferson. Seattle offense is way better. Don't get mad at me. I'm not talking down on the Bucs. It's just hashtag facts over feelings. I don't care about how you feel about Seattle or how you feel about Tampa. I'm just giving you the raw facts. And it's going to hurt. But Seattle is a much better team going into the game. Now, on the field, when the game starts, that's a different story. But going into the game, it's not even close. Not even close. Seattle's running game better. Their passing game better. The quarterback better. The O-line's better. The coaching's better. The defense is better. Going into the game. Now, overall, yes, the Bucs defense is top 10. We get that. Yards allowed, passing yards allowed. Run defense is like 19th. We'll get to stats in a second, but just overall, going into the game, if you had to close your eyes, matter of fact, strip the names off the jerseys, strip the team names off, strip the name, name, the last name on the back of the jersey, take that off and watch both teams play. You tell me who's the better team. Some of you going to say, well, no, the Bucs are the better team because we got Tom Brady. See, your tunnel vision, because you keep thinking about one player. You're not thinking about the Bucs as a whole. See, when I talk about team, I talk about 46 guys or the 53-man roster. I don't talk about one or two players. I don't nitpick and say, well, the Bucs, we got this guy. No, it doesn't matter who you got. It's how you're playing. That's a big difference. You can have whatever you want to have. Ask the Los Angeles Lakers. You can have whatever you want to have. You can have LeBron James. You can have Anthony Davis. You can have Russell Westbrook. It don't matter. It's how you play together. That's where Seattle has the biggest advantage. Pete Carroll is better than Todd Bowles. Overall. I don't think there's any data or any fan base across the NFL that will pick Todd Bowles over Pete Carroll. Some of you Tampa Bay fans will prefer Pete Carroll. You might not like his rah-rah stuff, but it works. The team responds to that. And we'll get down to the rosters and the roster breakdown as far as the present roster and moving forward for the next 3 to 5 years and which roster is better. And the folks, I hate to tell you this, just looking at their roster, and they draft picks the last couple of years, and they made a couple of trades, but we'll get to that in a second. But I want to get back to this, going to the game situation. Seattle playing with confidence. The Bucs playing with trying to stay alive. The Bucs are playing to stay alive, and Seattle is alive. That's a big difference. Shout out to the Seahawks. Shout out to the 12th man. All the Seahawks fans, y'all stuck with it. It was y'all had a lot of question marks. No Russell Wilson, moving on from him, and Geno Smith and Drew Lock. Who's gonna win the quarterback situation? Well, looks like Seattle made the right choice. Geno Smith is playing better than Tom Brady. I don't care about what Tom Brady's done in the past. It doesn't matter. We're talking about right now. And you would never thought that this would come out of anybody's mouth when it comes to Tom Brady and the quarterback playing better than him, especially a quarterback like Geno Smith. And that's no knock on Geno Smith because he's playing excellent right now. But Geno Smith's career hasn't been good at all. And I watched him at West Virginia. He was balling out at West Virginia. Then he went to the Jets. Had a winning season with the Jets. And then got punched in the jaw, got his jaw broke, and they shipped him off. And they questioned his leadership skills and his decision making. Sometimes there is quarterbacks that it takes a while for them to figure it out. And Geno Smith happened to be one of those guys. It took him 8, 9 years, 10 years to kind of get into his rhythm. And you can see it on the field. That quarterback plays with a lot of confidence. So just going into the game, I'll go do my game breakdown in a second, but just going into the game, the Seahawks is the better team. Now, let's get to the breakdown. Now, Bucs versus Seattle. Where should I start? Should I start Tampa Bay Bucs offense versus Seattle defense? Or should I start Seattle's offense versus Tampa Bay defense? Or maybe should I start with coaching? Or maybe should I start with roster? I'll start with roster. We'll start at the top. Folks, when I look at Seattle's roster compared to the Bucs roster, I like the Bucs roster. But I love Seattle's roster. I like what Seattle's doing moving forward. Their draft class this year is probably the best draft class in the NFL. Go look at their rookies. They all playing. They all starters. All their guys are starters. They drafted Charles Cross, the rookie left tackle out of Mississippi State. Shout out to SEC. Playing very well as a rookie left tackle. I will take him over Donovan Smith right now. We're talking about rosters and moving forward. Was it Abraham Lucas, the right tackle, rookie from Oklahoma State, 3rd round? Who would you rather have, him or Luke Gedeke? You see what I'm doing here? We're talking about rosters. We're talking about future. We're talking about present, future, where the teams are headed. What directions are the team heading at going into this game? Win or lose, whether Seattle win or lose this game, they're going to be fine. The next 3 to 5 years, they're going to be just fine. And I'm going to go down. I'm going to explain this to y'all. If you watch those rookie tackles play, they're solidified. They're legit. Rookies. Charles Cross, 21 years old. 21. 21 years old. Abraham Lucas, 24. I'm sorry. He went on Washington State. I'm sorry. He played at Washington State. 24 years old. Charles Cross, 21. I'm sorry. What? They got 2 rookie right tackles, two rookie tackles that's starting, and they're playing good, and they got a 6-3 record with 2 rookie tackles. That's unheard of. What teams have started 2 rookie tackles have a winning record? Don't worry, I'll wait. Now, on the Bucs end, the Bucs right tackle is fine. I think he should be a left tackle, but Tristan Wirfs, we already know what that is. But Donovan Smith, I'm not paying him $18 million or $19 million. I don't care what the market value is. I'm not paying him that money. Go get a young tackle. Advantage Seattle moving forward. We're talking about rosters. I like what Seattle roster looked like on the O-line. Because Luke Gedeke, bruh, that might have been one of the worst picks from Jason Licht's era. Because if Nick Leverett continues to play, his play, what does that tell you about Luke Gedeke? 2nd round pick. He might not make it to year 3. So, like I said, Luke Gedeke might turn to be good, but right now, that's an ugly pick. I don't like the future right there. Now, Robert Hainsley, he's okay. Probably a natural guard, but he playing center. But he's okay. Not great, not bad, average. He can get better. I like his ceiling better than Luke Gedeke's. Maybe she'll move Luke Gedeke to right tackle and Tristan Wirfs to the left tackle. You ever thought about doing that? Then they also got a couple other young guys I like. Tariq Woolen, University of Texas San Antonio. Boyd Mafe from Minnesota. Kobe Bryant from Cincinnati. He played with Sauce Gardner. He was the other cornerback. He's really good. Good tackler, too. They got him in the slot. Kenneth Walker. Way better than Leonard Fournette. Better than Rachaad White. There's no question. Top 5, top 7 running back. Don't worry. Let's see if you make a narrative that we got a better running back than Kenneth Walker. Oh, by the way, he's 22. So let me rewind this. Charles Cross, 21. Kenneth Walker, 22. Rookie out of Michigan State. Kobe Bryant, rookie out of Cincinnati, 23. Boyd Mafe, rookie out of Minnesota, 23. Kobe Parkinson, 23 years old, rookie tight end. I like him, out of Stanford. Tariq Woolen, rookie out of Texas San Antonio, 23. I mean, DJ Dallas, 24 years old, out of Miami, 24 years old. Noah Fant, they traded for him, Iowa, 24 years old. Travis Homer, nice little special teams backup running back, 24 years old, out of Miami. I'm just giving y'all the roster, folks. Abraham Lucas, rookie out of Washington State, 24 years old. DK Metcalf, Ole Miss, 24 years old. Jordan Brooks, Texas Tech, 25 years old. Starter. I'm naming pretty much starters. Whether special teams, offense, defense. Don't get mad at me. Shout out to Seattle. And they got draft picks. And their punter, Michael Dickinson, he's pretty nice. Will Dissly, 26 years old, out of Washington. Punta Ford, Texas, 26 years old. Ryan Neal, Southern Illinois, 26 years old, starting safety. Folks, they got a nice little young core. I like them. The point I'm making is Seattle roster moving forward is going to be, and with the draft picks they got, they're going to be really good, folks. Now, the quarterback situation, if Geno Smith continues to play what he plays, we'll see. But they're going to draft the quarterback at some point, and they have draft capital. I like what they're doing. They got a young core. They're good, and they're 6-3. Now, Tampa Bay Bucs future shaky in a lot of areas. Roster wise, look moving forward shaky. This is probably the last season that the way the team looks right now is what you're going to see. They got some one-year deals and some guys coming up on free agency. Got to make a decision. You bringing Julio back? Are you bringing Kyle Fruitoff back? Are you looking to trade Russell Gage? Are you going to extend Mike Evans? Are you going to extend Levante David, Donovan Smith, Jamel Dean, Mike Edwards, Winfield Jr., Tristan Wirfs, Devin White? Look at Shaq Barrett's contract. Look at your depth on D-line. What's your depth on D-line look like? Outside of Tryon and Logan Hall, what you got? Shaq Barrett, Vita Vea, who's playing very well. I'm just giving y'all the bigger picture here. Scary, ain't it, folks? When you actually break it down, questions at interior still. Shaq Mason, what you going to do? You going to give him an extension? Questions everywhere moving forward. Folks, I'm just giving y'all a heads up. The next 3 to 5 years, the Bucs roster does not look good. I'm just giving y'all, we won't talk about the game. I just want to give y'all the bigger picture here. Because when I look at Seattle, when I watch them play, they play young, they play fiery, they play with confidence, they respond to their coaches, offensively, defensively, and special teams. And they got a young, really good core. Draft picks matter, folks. When you hit on your draft class, this is what happens. When you hit on rounds 1, 2, 3, 4, and sometimes 5. The Bucs need a draft class like that. Let's be honest, folks. The Bucs need a draft class like that, where you can pluck out 4 or 5 starters from that class. I'm not talking specifically about the game. I'm just giving y'all the overview of how both teams are looking, not just right now, but just moving forward the next 3 to 5 years. The Bucs need a draft class like that. None of this Luke Gedeke, Roberto Aguayo, MJ Stewart crap. Vernon Hargraves, none of that crap. No Keyshawn Bond, no Kyle Trask crap. Devontae Bond, nonsense. Draft good. Not just get 1 starter out of a draft class, maybe 2. I need them to hit rounds 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe 5. You understand that, folks? I'm just giving y'all how I want to see the Bucs do this. One of these drafts, I want to see the Bucs do exactly what Seattle did. Stop trying to cover up with guys that are established across other teams, which is fine. But your core, your main guys should be drafted. Don't get me wrong. You got Logan Hall. You got Vita Vea, Tristan Wirfs. Antoine Winfield Jr., Carlton Davis. We don't know if they're gonna resign Jamel Dean and Mike Edwards. We're gonna lose one or two of those guys. Can't sign them all. Logan Ryan, 1-year deal, but he's not us. He's not with us. He's a 1-year deal guy. Ken O'Neal, 1-year deal. Some of these guys that we drafted, we're gonna lose because that's what happens when you draft good. You're gonna lose some guys. If you look at the Bucs starters, a lot of them are drafted by the Bucs. Donovan Smith, Tristan Wirfs, Hainsley, Nick Leverett. I think he was drafted by us or picked up. What was it? Free agent pickup or rookie contract, whatever. Cade Otton, Rashad White, Cole Keff, Vita Vea, Tryon, Logan Hall, Devin White, Levante David, the whole secondary pretty much, which is great. It's called roster turnover. Every year you gotta draft. You gotta make sure you're ready to turn your roster over. And you might struggle for a year or two. It happens. Every team goes through this, unless you are an organization that's stay up consistently. And the Bucs are not a consistent organization. Now, these last couple of years, it's been covered up because of Tom Brady, Gronkowski, Antonio Brown, Leonard Fournette, Ryan Suckup, Shaq Mason, Russell Gage, Julio Fulio. You're getting all these guys, but don't forget about the draft classes too, because the last two draft classes, the 2020 draft class, great. You got two Pro Bowlers, great. The last two draft classes, yikes. Question marks. We don't know if Rashad White going to be that dude, but his trajectories were looking pretty good. Luke Gedeke, a lot of people out on him already. Cade Otton looks good, right? Can he sustain that? Cole Keff, can he sustain that? 2020 draft class? I mean, a 2021 draft class? Thanks. Just saying, folks, you can't keep missing like this. So now let's get into the game. I just wanted to kind of give y'all the business perspective, what the Bucs doing, what the NFL doing with the Bucs, and also roster projection moving forward. Right now, question marks. Not saying it's all bad for the Bucs, it's just question marks. Now, as far as the game, it's in Germany. On paper, even Seattle has the advantage. I'm going to give y'all some breakdown here. Offensively, going into the game for the Bucs ranked 25 in the NFL. They ranked 25th in the NFL points per game at 18 points a game. Top 5 in passing yards. 25th in points per game. Yikes. That means we can move the ball, but can't score. Yards per game. 331 yards. 19th in the NFL. Yards per play. 5 yards per play. 25th in the NFL. Yikes. Third down conversion. 35%. 23rd in the NFL. Fourth down conversion rate. 45%. 18th in the NFL. Red zone scoring. 44%. 30th in the NFL. TDs per game. 1.6. 29th in the NFL. Are you serious? That screams problems offensively. Can the Bucs sustain what they did in the last drive going into this game? Can they pick up from that? And I got a good feeling that they're going to try this. What they did on that last drive is what they're going to try to do against Seattle. That's just my guess. Will it work? I don't know. We're going to keep talking about it. I got a feeling the Bucs going to try to pretty much the same thing, but just be a little more up-tempo. This time, instead of running 3 yards or 5 yards, run 7 to 10 yards and turn around. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 1. Instead of 2.2 yards, 2.2 seconds per throw, 2.5, 2.6. I got a feeling that's what they're going to do. Now, as far as don't expect a 360 offensively, folks. Don't let the Ram game fool you. 59 minutes and 36 seconds. It was awful. Or actually, you can say 58 minutes and like maybe 30 seconds, whatever you want to say. But it was awful. The wind does not cover up the Bucs offense still struggling. And I went through this already. It was more about what the Rams did versus what the Bucs did. Even though the Bucs, like I said, not discrediting the Bucs victory, you got to understand football. The Rams played awful the last 2 drives defensively. Awful. Awful. Bad teams do stuff like that what the Rams did. The Rams are a bad team. Don't let the Rams game fool you going into this game. Oh, the Bucs offensively got it all figured out. They had 2 wrinkles. Screen passes. Awful. The Bucs are a screen team. Maybe they can trust the interior line a little bit more now that Luke Gedeke is out of there. Now Brady can hold the ball instead of throwing the ball at 2.2 or 2.3 seconds per throw. It could be 2.5, 2.6, 2.7, 2.9, 3.1. And even during the last game against the Rams, there were times that he just was skittish in the pocket. There's no pressure, Tom. I know. I just had to throw the ball. I just don't trust my O-line. What? Tom, hold the ball. I can't. What you mean? It's a clean pocket. One read. Hey, excuse me, Tom. Where is this at? Where's the bounce? He gets the ball immediately. What are you doing? Hold the ball, man. Just a little bit. 2-3 of a second more. Let some plays develop. Quit pre-reading the throws. I'm throwing over to the left. Chris Godwin run out route. Mike Evans, go deep. Pass interference, please. Get a pass interference. Are you kidding me? Chris Godwin, cross route. Chris Godwin, get open. Crossing route. Chris Godwin, right to the screen. Jet sweep Julio Jones. Deep pass, Mike Evans, pass interference, please. Is that a sustainable offense? Turn around, honey ball, Leonard Fournette, 1 yard, 2 yards. Are you kidding me? Then on the flip side, throwing the ball to the receivers, Scotty Miller, ball hit me in my face. Mike Evans, oh, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm dropping the ball. Chris Godwin, I don't look lethargic. So you see what I'm getting at, folks? There's blame everywhere. In this game, the offense got to do a better job. Offensive line, run blocking, pass blocking, they're doing pretty good to me. Run blocking, if they only took run blocking as seriously as they took pass blocking, I wish the O-line would think that Tom Brady is the running back. I wish Bucs O-line, when they run the ball, they would block like Tom Brady's actually the running back. Because if they block like that, because they They pass block pretty good overall, but they don't run block to save their life. It's like they don't want to run block, which explains why you got to throw the ball 45, 52, 58 times. They rather pass block. As the season continues, that's not going to cut it, man. The more and more you throw the ball, the more and more chances you give the team to sack your quarterback, to hit your quarterback, to injure your quarterback. Turnovers. Brady has gotten away with at least 9 interceptions. If my memory serves me correct, I know it's not a stat. The woulda, coulda, shoulda, interceptions. That's not a stat, but just from the eye test, Brady has gotten away with at least 9 interceptions. 9. If my memory serves me correct, I think it was 9 interceptions that he could have had already. And those interceptions that were dropped, they were awful throws. Poor reads, everything. Everything about that, those woulda, coulda, shoulda interceptions was bad. Like I said, it's a combination of everything. It's not just Tom Brady. It's the running game. It's the interior line. It's the run blocking overall. It's the receivers dropping the ball, miscommunication, not separating. These are all problems that been with the Bucs. The problem's been there, folks. The problem's been there. And I'm just talking about offense right now. Stay with me. Focus. Not trying to move the this is the topic. Bucs offense. I'm not talking about nothing else. Stay with me. You can't move this show right here. This is my show. We talking about the Bucs offense. We'll get to the defense. Bucs offense. Too much inconsistency. Blame is everywhere. I don't care who it is. Everybody gets the blame. I'm just giving y'all some breakdowns. Yeah, I can nitpick. Now I am nitpicking, but as you can see, I'm touching every area. I'm talking about running game. I'm talking about the running backs. I'm talking about the O-line run block. I'm talking about the quarterback. I'm talking about receivers dropping the ball, miscommunication running the routes. I'm talking about Byron Leftwich. I talk about everybody on this channel. I don't care who's your favorite player on the team and who you like to protect and who you like to fight for and defend what they're doing and make excuses. There is no excuses over here. Well, I like this player, so I'm going to defend him. I'm going to make excuses for this player and blame it on everybody else. And that's not how it works over here. Everybody gets the piece of the pie, of the blame pie. Starts at the top, though, right? Starts with Todd Bowles, Byron Leftwich, Tom Brady, so forth, so forth, so forth, so forth. That's why the Bucs are 4-5. Going into this game, they can't play like they played against the Rams against Seattle. They will get blown out. Seattle's offense is a much better offense than the Rams' offense. That's a fact. I don't care how you feel. Seattle offense is not that good. Yeah, of course. Downplay Seattle like they're not good. Downplay Seattle's offense like they're not good. Sure. Whatever floats your boat. But the reality, the facts, I'll give you the facts. Now we're going to dive into Seattle's offense. Let's go there. Seattle offense. 26.8 points a game. 4th in the NFL. But Seattle's a bad offense. Should I keep it going? We're going to keep it going. Yards per game, 359. 11th in the NFL. Oh, but Seattle's offense is bad. Just to push your narrative. See, when you watch film, words don't mean nothing. Facts always matters. Facts over feelings. Yards per play, 6 yards per play. 4th in the NFL. But remember, some of you might say Seattle's offense is not that good because you're trying to push a narrative. It ain't going to work. I'm giving you facts here. Numbers don't lie. And eye tests don't lie. I just got done watching that game. 3rd down conversion, 45%, 5th in the NFL. Don't get mad at me. 3rd down, 5th in the NFL. 4th down conversion and 19th at 44%. Red zone is not what they're not good in the red zone. 48%, 26 in the NFL. TDs per game, 3 TDs a game. 5th in the NFL. TDs per game, 5th in the NFL. But remember, Seattle offense is not that good. They okay. I mean, Geno Smith is not really that good. Oh, because of his past. So we're not going to talk about how Geno Smith playing right now. Top 5 quarterback. We're not going to talk about that part. We're going to talk about the past to make him look bad. We're not going to talk about what he's doing right now to make him look good. We're going to talk about his past. Every angle you try to use against Seattle, and we're talking about football, so don't get in your feelings. We're just talking about football. Every angle you use against Seattle's offense is not going to really work. Anytime you try to downplay something that can be corrected by facts, it makes you look like you're just saying anything. Because some people like to just say anything just to push their narrative and don't have nothing behind that. They just say stuff that's just trying to downplay something. Sometimes when things are going good for something, don't try to find something negative. Just let it be good. Let it be good. What's wrong with something being good? I don't want to hear nothing good. I want to hear the bad stuff. Okay. Well, we'll get to the bad stuff. Oh, red zone scoring for Seattle is 28th in the NFL. So when they get in the red zone, they're pretty much like the Bucs. They can't score. But for some strange reason, they're 3rd in the NFL in TDs a game. 5th. 3 TDs a game, 5th in the NFL. Points a game, top 5. Yards a game, top 12. Let's get to Seattle rushing. Yards per rush. Seattle, 5.2. 3rd in NFL. But remember, Seattle's, this is going into the game. This is going into the Bucs game. This is where they rank at. The eye test matches what the numbers say. Don't get mad at me. Just go watch the tape. Quarterback playing with confidence. Number 1 in the NFL in accuracy and completion percentage. If I'm not mistaken, I think at 77%. That's numbers in eye test. He's playing with a lot of confidence. I forgot the offensive coordinator name, but he is calling a hell of a game. So many formations. So many formations Seattle use. I like it too. Offense explosive too. They can beat you through the air. They can beat you with tight ends. They can beat you with the receivers. They can beat you with the running game. They can beat you with Geno Smith running the ball, with his own read RPO. He can run RPO with Geno Smith. And if you blitz Geno Smith and you don't get there, he's going to scramble. He can move. So Geno Smith is playing very dynamic. Seattle's offense is very multifaceted, very dynamic versus the Bucs, bland, plain piece of white bread. Dry. Versus Seattle, spicy, saucy, swag, style, dynamic, flexible. They can do everything. They can run out of the shotgun. They can throw out of the shotgun, play action. They do a lot of window dressing. A lot of misdirection. The Bucs defense must be disciplined. Remember, I see the Rams did a lot of misdirection too. Like they did a lot of, but they didn't do it a lot, this last game. But in previous games against the Rams did a lot of crisscrossing in misdirection, throwing the ball. Seattle uses their tight ends. They run 3 tight ends a lot, and they can run and pass out of the 3 tight end set. And I like their tight end. I like their tight end room with Fant and Disley and Parkinson. And all 3 of them can play on the field at the same time. When they go to that jumbo set, I'm telling you, y'all gonna see it Sunday morning. When they go to that 3 tight end set, got to be careful. They can turn around and hand the ball to Kenneth Walker, or Geno Smith can turn around and bootleg, and they run a lot of bootleg. Multifaceted offense. The Bucs shotgun. That's it. Couple plays under the center. Most of it shotgun. You can only run so many plays out of shotgun. When you start lining up and having different formations, it's hard to get a read on what you're doing. That's what Seattle does. It's hard to get a read on what they're doing. Now, they're not just going to go up and down the field and they're going to score every time they touch the ball. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying is they multifaceted and they can confuse you with so many formations. Sometimes they run stack formations with twins on both sides with receivers stacked on each other. Then they run the zone. Then they run the RPO. Then they run zone scheme. Then they run a pulling scheme, a power scheme. They do a push-pull scheme. Like, they do all these different offensive formations, and they run so many plays out of them. The Bucs got to be disciplined. Just by watching Seattle's offense, the Bucs got to be disciplined. And Seattle knows this. Seattle knows this going into the game. This is not what's going to happen during the game, but going into the game, Seattle knows that the Bucs can't stop the run. Going into the game, we don't know what's going to happen in the game, but going into the game, the Bucs have a problem stopping the run. We know this. This is a fact. You don't think Seattle knows this? We don't know what's going to happen during the game. We don't know. All speculation. I'm just giving it to you going into the game. 2 different things. Make sure you listen. Rushes per game. Seattle's offense. 25 attempts in the NFL. They don't even run the ball that lot. The running attempts is bottom 7, 25th. But the rushing yards per game, the rushing yards per carry is 3rd in the NFL. So if they ran the ball more, they'll be more harder to stop. But they don't. They only rush the ball 25 times a game. Rushing yards per game. Remember, they only average 25 attempts a game, which is 17th, which is average pretty much. Rushing yards per game. Remember, going into the game, 133 yards per game. That's 10th in the NFL. Going into the game. This is not what's going to happen in the game. Make sure you listen and get out your feelings. Going into the game, 133 yards a game, 10th in the NFL. Is Seattle going to run for 133 yards? We don't know. We'll see Sunday. Going into the game, all caps. 25 carries, 133 yards per game. Rushing TDs, 1 per game, 1.1, which is 10th in the NFL. Now, I'm going to tell you why it looks like this. Kenneth Walker is very dynamic. He's fast, he's strong, he got some vision, he got some cutting, he got some cut moves, explosive. I seen him at Michigan State. So the last, I think, 5 weeks, Kenneth Walker in Seattle's running game is like this. It's going up. Going into the game, the running game is going this way. Every week it's gotten better. Now, Rashad Penny, the running back from San Diego State, he got hurt. Unfortunately, he was running the ball really good too, so it was going to be a good 1-2 punch. But ever since Kenneth Walker has been the starter, the Seattle running game has gotten better and better and better and better. And this is with 2 rookie tackles. Don't get mad at me. Seattle's doing this, not me. I'm not making the case for Seattle, but I'm just giving y'all what the numbers are and what the facts are if you watch their games. Some of you probably just don't watch nobody else's games. You catch the highlights. You catch the highlights of a game and then you make your assumptions instead of watching film or watching all 22 and watching their games closely and trying to see why is Seattle playing so good? Why are they 6-3? It's a reason why they're 6-3, folks. I'm giving y'all the reason. I'm giving y'all reasons. Now, can Seattle lose the game? Yes. Yes, they can lose the game. Yes, they can lose the game. Absolutely, the Bucs can beat Seattle. But going into the game, we don't know. It's all speculation. We all got opinions. We just guessing. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know. But I can only give you what I've seen up until this game. Now, Seattle's passing game. We'll get to the Bucs defense in a second. Pass play percentage, 56%, 21st in the NFL as far as run pass percentage. Now compared to the Bucs 69% pass, basically 70%. Ranked number 1 in NFL. So the Bucs offense passed the ball 69% of the time. 69% of the time. Number 1 in the NFL. Seattle passes the ball 56%. That's 13% less than the Bucs do. So in other words, the numbers and tape say the Seattle Seahawks offense is more balanced. See what happens when you get one-dimensional? 4 and 5. Now, Buffalo is like this too, but that's Josh Allen. He can run the ball too. Kansas City is heavy pass, but not as like they used to be. But you get my point. The more balanced you are, the more you can throw off the defense, the opponent's defense. But when you're throwing the ball basically 70% of the time, every time you line up in the shotgun, people know what's coming. When you mix the plays up, you get the defenses confused. And that's what Seattle does. That's the numbers and the eye test. So that's what I'm saying. The Bucs got to be disciplined because you don't know if Seattle's going to run the ball out of the formation or they're going to throw the ball out of the formation. It's going to be a very, very cat and mouse game with Seattle's OC versus Todd Bowles and, Larry Foote, Casey Rogers. It's going to be a cat and mouse game because you got to figure out, is Seattle going to throw the ball out of this formation or are they going to run it? Down and distance matter too. Completion percentage, Seattle's quarterback. This is Geno Smith. So this number, I said 77%, but 72%. Number 1 in the NFL. 72% completion percentage. Number 1 in the NFL. That means he's accurate with the ball. Yards per pass play, 7 yards. 6 in the NFL, 7.2. 6 in the NFL. That means he's throwing the ball down the field. Every yard counts. Passes per game. Here's the funny one. 31.6. 22nd in the NFL in attempts per game. So they throw the ball 31 times and they run the ball 25 times. Is that balance? Didn't I just say the Seattle offense is balanced? They run the ball 25 times. They throw the ball 31 times. Passing yards per game. Here's another funny one. 226 yards per game, 14th in the NFL. So they run the ball 133 yards a game, and they pass the ball 226 yards. That's a balanced attack. 56% time chance they throw the ball. 43% chance they pass or they run the ball. So 56% passing, 43% running. Balance, right? Compared to the Bucs, they run the ball 30% of the time, and they pass the ball 70% of the time. The Bucs got to get more balance. That's all they need. Once the Bucs get more balance, they're going to be fine. They're just so pass heavy. They got to figure this running game out. I'm telling y'all. So you mean to tell me the Bucs going to throw the ball 50 times a game for the next 8 games? Is that, I mean, yeah, the Bucs going to win some games, but is that sustainable though? If they throw the ball 50 times a game for the next 8 games, that's basically a minimal of 400 attempts in the next 8 games. That's not, and you know what's so crazy about football? Sometimes there's enough data to show you when you're one-dimensional, teams can key on what you like to do. That's a fact. When you're one-dimensional, you become predictable. That's a fact. I don't care how you feel. The numbers show it. Then we got a troll in the chat room too. He trying, but he looks stupid doing it too. So the Bucs defense. Let's talk about the Bucs defense. The Bucs defense, pass defense is really good, but Seattle don't throw the ball a lot. They throw the ball just enough, and they're efficient. That's the point I'm trying to make. But the Bucs secondary, this is the Bucs secondary. Opponents are only completing 57% of the balls. That's 13th in the NFL. Opponents' completion percentage, 62. I'm sorry, let me rewind that. 57% of the times opponents throw the ball. That's 13th in the NFL. The opponent's quarterback is only completing 62% against the Bucs pass defense. That's 13th in the NFL. It's good, right? Yards per pass play on the Bucs secondary, 5.7. That's 4th in the NFL. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, let's get it. Carlton Davis, Jamel Dean, let's get it. And hopefully Antoine Winfield Jr. is ready to go. Still no word on Logan Ryan, but you get one point. The Bucs pass defense is good. A lot of it has to do with Jamel Dean playing for that contract too, and Mike Edwards playing for that contract. You know, contract years, players tend to get a little extra good. We've seen this. The Bucs pass defense is good, but remember, there's contract years for Jamel Dean and Mike Edwards. Keep that in mind. Sometimes money can make you play extra, don't it? You pay for that money, you get that contract, you're like, I'm good now. But opponents' passes per game. Opponents attempt 32 times a game, 32.9. That's 14th in the NFL. Opponents' passing yards per game, 187.8 yards a game. That is 5th in the NFL. The Bucs pass defense is 5th in the NFL in yards given up per game. 187.8 yards per game. Go ahead, Geno Smith. Go ahead. Chuck that ball to DK Metcalf and those tight ends and Tyler Lockett. And check it down to DJ Dallas or Kenneth Walker or Travis Homer. Secondary going to shut you down. That 72% completion percentage is going to be like 56%, hopefully, right? The Bucs sacked the quarterback 8.92% sack percentage. That's 4th in the NFL. A lot of it has to do with blitzing. But if Vita Vea can have the game he had against the Rams against the Seahawks, boom. So there you have it, folks. Can the Bucs have eye discipline against Seattle's offense? The Bucs defense against Seattle's offense. That's pretty much what I gave y'all. Can Vita Vea reproduce the game he had against the Rams versus Seattle? Can Devin White continue? Well, can he have back-to-back solid games? The secondary going to do what they need to do. Can the Bucs run defense step up to the plate and stop the run? Well, like I told y'all, Seattle is very balanced, so you don't know exactly what they're going to do because 56% of the time they throw the ball and 43% of the time they run the ball. So it's going to be kind of, like I said, a cat and mouse game. But like I said, my prediction will come at the end of the video. So let's get to the flip side. The Bucs offense versus Seattle defense. Which I think this is where the game is going to be at right here. The Bucs offensively, I gave y'all the offensive breakdown. Seattle defense, they give up 24 points a game. That's 22nd in the NFL. And a lot of that had to do with the first 4 or 5 weeks. The Saints put up 39. The New Orleans Aints put up 39. So why can't we put up 39? The last 4 weeks, the Seahawks defense has been playing very well. They put up a graph, and it was like top 10 in pretty much all the major categories. That's only 4 weeks, but we don't count just 4 weeks. We count all 9 weeks. So 9 weeks up until this point, they give up 24 points a game. That's 22nd in the NFL. So the Bucs can score the ball. Come on, Byron Levis, make it happen. Score the ball. Yards given up by Seattle's defense, total. 364 yards per game. 24th in the NFL. Move the ball and score. Opponents' yards per play, 5.5, 18th in the NFL. Opponents' third down percentage against Seattle's defense. They only allow 41%, which is 22nd in the NFL. Opponents' fourth down conversion against Seattle defense, 38%. That's 11th in the NFL. Red zone scoring. When you get down to the red zone, then the Seattle defense, you only scoring the ball 60% of the time. 23rd in the NFL. They give up 2.9 TDs a game, 25th in the NFL. Seattle run defense, 4.8 yards per carry, 25th in the NFL. Rushes per game against Seattle defense, 29. That's 25th in the NFL. Rushing yards a game. Seattle defense gives up 138 yards a game, 27th in the NFL. And they give up 1.2 TDs a game. That's 24th in the NFL. The Bucs can run the ball on Seattle's defense. Folks, if the Bucs don't have a good running game against the bad Seattle run defense, man, there is no hope. Seattle run defense is not good. You mean to tell me Rachaad White and Leonard Fournette and maybe one carry from Keyshawn Strachan can get 110 yards at least? 130? Seattle run defense is not good. Opponents run the ball 29 times a game against Seattle. You can run the ball on Seattle. It's there to be taken. Can the Bucs become physical? They're going to need to moving forward. Seattle pass defense. Opponents throw the ball 55% of the time. 11th in the NFL. Opponents completion percentage, 65%. 17th in the NFL. Opponents passing yards per game against Seattle's defense, 6.7 yards. That's 18th. Passes per game against Seattle's secondary, right? A defense, really. 33.9. That's 17th in the NFL. Passing yards a game that the Seattle defense allowed. 225 yards a game. 20th in the NFL, which means you can throw the ball. But you can run and pass the ball against Seattle. They do sack the quarterback, though. Nwosu, Mafe, Punta Ford, Shelby Harris, Bruce Irvin. They got a plethora of pass rushers, folks. They was getting after Kyler Murray. That was a mobile quarterback. Seattle pass rush is very, very fast, energetic, and aggressive. They don't blitz a lot because they got a young secondary. But when they do, they get back there. Nwosu, top 5 pass rusher. Yeah, it's nice. He's nice. He gets, and he is Tristan Wirfs. Watch that matchup. Nwosu against Tristan Wirfs. Nwosu is a top 5 pass rusher right now. That's tape and numbers. He's getting out the quarterback, folks. He's getting there. Bruce Irvin, they brought him back. Punta Ford, Shelby Harris, those are 2 good interior players. Seattle defensive line is not, they're not sorry as far as rushing the passer. And they got after Kyler Murray, a mobile quarterback. Tom Brady is the total opposite. Interesting matchup. Bucs O-line versus Seattle's pass rush. Linebackers. Seattle linebackers is okay. I like Jordan Brooks from Texas Tech. He okay. Then they got that number 57 dude. He's not that good, but you can attack those linebackers. And you can attack that young secondary. You know, Tariq Woolen, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jackson. Quandre Diggs, Ryan Neal, solid players, but I like Tariq Woolley. He's going to be nice. But you can attack that secondary. So that's Seattle's defense in a nutshell. The Bucs can move the ball through the air or on the ground. It's however the Bucs want to attack this. I suggest, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, the Bucs be balanced. As long as they be balanced, they'll be fine. But 58 times a game, or throwing the ball this game 58 times, I mean, it can work. It can work. I mean, if the Bucs throw the ball 50 times against Seattle, most likely it's going to work. There's a good chance that it's going to work. Now, remember when I told y'all this. The last 4 weeks, the secondary has been playing very good. I just want to keep that in mind. I want y'all to understand this. Now, I know about the totality of the season up until this point. The numbers don't look so great. But after those first 4 or 5 games, you go watch the tape. The last 4 games, the defense, secondary, young secondary has been playing very well. They're playing with so much confidence. You got one team playing with, a lot of confidence, and the other team is playing with unsure, uncertainty. They're not sure of what they're doing as far as, like now the Bucs secondary is fine. But I'm just saying the Bucs, offensively is unsure about what they're doing and confusing, and it looks so plain. So if the Bucs should jump on Seattle early, see if they can take a punch early. Now we already know how the first drive gonna go. We already know how the first drive gonna go. Down the field, couple good runs, touchdown. After that, that's the question. It's not about the first drive anymore, folks. It's about after the first drive. What do you do next? You're going to trot back out there and do the same thing? Wide receiver screen, Mike Evans, Cade Otton, Chris Godwin. Crossing route, Chris Godwin. Deep ball, Mike Evans, get a pass interference. Nope. Dang. Julio, jet sweep. Chris Godwin, jet sweep. Leonard Fournette, check down. Leonard Fournette, straight up the middle. Literally, I just gave y'all the Bucs offense. Every now and then the Cade Otton throw. Get in the red zone. Kyle Rudolph, line up. And do nothing. Oh, every now and then, Rachaad White, nice run, nice catch. That's the Bucs offense. just literally gave you that offense. Twins left, twins right. Jumbo package, run. Wide receiver motion, jet sweep maybe, or fake jet sweep. Toss sweep. Twins right, toss sweep, left. Twins left, toss sweep right. Mike Evans, 15-yard curl. Or no, 15-yard out route. We've got to get you some throws. Like, it's very simplistic. I literally just gave out the Bucs offense. Same players, same formations. Twins right, twins left. 3 tight ends. Trips right, toss sweep. Trips right, underneath arrow route. Clear out, underneath the receiver. 5 yards in, 10 yards in. Pick the high low. Most likely Brady's going to throw the ball low in. Because you got the 10-yard high end crossing route, and then you got the 5-yard crossing route underneath. Brady is taking the easier throws. He's taking the 5 to 7-yard throws, like the underneath throws. And every now and then he'll take a shot down the field, like lower you to sleep. But he gotta throw the ball a little bit more, hold it, and that comes with holding the ball. Now, let's talk about coaching. Coaching wise, as of right now, going into the game, Seattle has the advantage. Here's a game where you look at the game and you say, okay, you got a 4-5 team versus a 6-3 team. The 4-5 team should be the favorites. But unfortunately, in my opinion, I believe Seattle is the favorite, in my opinion. Now, the betting odds probably got the Bucs as favorites. Most of them do. But in my opinion, Seattle is the favorite going into this game because how they've been playing the last 5 weeks. Offensively, defensively, and coaching-wise. And compared to the Bucs, the last 4 or 5 weeks, the Bucs have been playing awful. Awful. Awful, 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 awful. And we all seen that. We can go all the way back to the Green Bay game. Awful. Chiefs game. Awful. Falcons game. You pulled that out. That wasn't great. Panthers game. Awful. Steelers game. Awful. Well, Steelers, awful. Ravens game. Awful. Rams game. Awful. Like every game since the Packers game. Awful. 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 When is it going to stop for Tampa? That's coaching. When is it going to stop? When is this awful game after awful game going to stop? Even the Rams game, awful. Yes, we got the dub. Still was awful. And y'all know it. If you're honest with yourself, going into the game, the Bucs have been playing awful football since week 3. Since the Green Bay game. That was a bad loss. Chiefs was a bad loss. You barely beat the Falcons. You got embarrassed by Pittsburgh. You got embarrassed by the Carolina Kitty Cats. You got embarrassed by the Ravens. And for the most part, you didn't do anything against the Rams until the Rams went soft on you in the last 2 drives. Or the last drive. At what point the Bucs gonna man up and say, enough of this? You're a handshaker. Rumble pack. Enough of this. Enough is enough. Enough of this. That last drive, it better change the season for the Bucs. You feel me? That last drive, that's what I want to see. A sense of urgency. Even if they're not running 2 minutes, just the fact that every play looks like that. Coming out of the huddle, the Bucs come out of the huddle with swag, with confidence, with belief. The confidence that this play is going to work. Not the attitude of, this play again, and then Tom Brady on the sideline throwing down iPads or Microsoft Surface tablets, looking at Mike Evans like, what are you doing? That way, not this way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Looking at the O-line, cussing them out and stuff. You know, Leonard Fournette taking his helmet off, pouting, complaining about, I'm not getting no snaps. Keep trotting Julio out there for him to hurt his knee some more. And then him to complain to get back in the game, and the coach said no. Good job, wide receiver coach. The wide receiver coach told Julio Jones, no, you can't get back in the game, and he was mad. Julio was mad that Scotty Miller was getting those reps. He was mad, folks. Y'all saw it on the sideline. He was like, come on, get back in the game. Coach was like, no, I mean, chill. We good. We got a rhythm. He was mad because Scotty Too Hotty was getting those catches, and he wanted those catches. Nope. I want to see the Bucs offense with confidence, swag, belief that the play is going to work. No matter what the play call is, it's going to work. Execute. That's the best thing the Bucs can do. Defensively, I think we'll be fine. The run defense got tightened up. And what's so funny how this whole season went about, it was about the Bucs run defense, grade A, beef, and the Bucs pass defense. Like, what's going on there? And this year's been the total opposite. The Bucs pass defense has been great. And the Bucs run defense is like, what the WTF? What is this? Panthers, Ravens, even Packers had success. The Falcons had success. Like, what's going on here? If the offense can step the game up, man, match defense intensity. That's the word I was looking for. The offense needs intensity. They need to get hungry again. Get some intensity. Get some fire. Every player need to be like, because I see other teams, they be like, let's go, baby, let's go. Let's get it, baby. You know what I'm saying? Offensive linemen pounding their chest and be like, we're going to run these over. We're going to run these over. We're going to run them over. The Bucs can do something. The Bucs be like, hey, what's going on? Where the energy at? Every time the Bucs do a good play on offense, they just be like, where's the fire? Where's the passion? But when I watch other offenses, they be like, let's go. They weak. We gonna eat. Bucs offense do anything good. They just be. Meanwhile, the Bucs defense be like, let's go. Get him out of here. Nacho be like, let's go. Even though the play that got 15 yards, he be like, tackle them. 15 yards down the field. Carl Davis, incompletion, he be like, get him out of here. Grave digger. You know what I'm saying? Buried him. Jamel Dean, he laid back. Jamel Dean get a pat. Jamel Dean make a good play or whatever. They don't even throw it at the side. But you know, when Jamel Dean make a play, he be like, Carl Davis, he do a little something. Vita Vea, let's go. William Golson do something, or if he do anything, he don't do nothing. At least Shaq Barrett had some energy. He started playing good before he got hurt. Levante David, he don't really get. Well, he be getting hyped. Devin White be getting hyped every time he make a tackle. When he tackles somebody by the neck, he be like, weak. Where's the passion on offense like that? Where's the passion on offense? You know what's so crazy? That touchdown pass to K. Dotton, I kid you not. That was the most passion I've seen out of Todd Bowles and Byron Leftwich and Tom Brady. In a good way. That was the most passion I seen out of Todd Bowles. He was like, he didn't even know how to celebrate. He was like, what do I do? Do I celebrate? Do I throw hands up? Then you seen Byron Leftwich hugging Tom Brady like he missed him, like he ain't seen him in like 4 or 5 years. Thank you for calling that play. And you took the pressure off me, Tom. You took the pressure off me, Tom. Thank you for that play call, man. You suggested, I said go with it, and I appreciate it, man. You covered my butt. That was that hug. That was the hug that Byron Leftwich gave Tom Brady. Thank you for covering for me, man. Because I didn't know what to call down in the red zone, man. You suggested that play, and I appreciate it, man. I love you, man. I love you. That's exactly what that hug was, and y'all know it. Think about it, folks. Where is the passion? That picture told you 1,000 words. What a sigh of relief. Thank you, Tom Brady, for calling that play. What did that tell you about our offensive coordinator? He didn't know what to call. He hugged Tom Brady like, boy, I'm glad I got you as the assistant OC. I told y'all. Tom Brady is the assistant offensive coordinator. When are you going to start acting like it? He's the assistant head coach. He's the assistant OC. He's the assistant GM. Thank you. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom. Thank you. Todd Bowles standing there. Yeah. Todd Bowles should have been like, let's stop talking. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, Sean McVay. Take that, Sean McVay. He should have been like that. Don't be surprised. Tom Brady's calling more plays. You know, I made this reference. Somebody made a reference in the chat room as I close the video out. Somebody made a reference of the LeBron James of NFL. LeBron James against the Clippers last night had 30 points, I think 8 rebounds and 5 assists. That's equivalent to Tom Brady throwing the ball for 300 yards, 2-3 touchdowns, and the Bucs lose. That's what it is. Tom, thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom. You call more plays from here on out. Whatever you suggest, I'm just gonna go with it. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. Anyway, folks, Seattle has the advantage coaching wise. Y'all seen Todd Bowles? He didn't even know how to celebrate. Possibly a game-changing touchdown to save your season. He didn't even get pumped. He should have been like, let's go, you Sean McVay. I got you this time. He was like, didn't even want to smile. Anyway, but Seattle has the advantage coaching-wise. Now, the predictions. Let's get everybody predictions. What is your prediction for this game? Who you think gonna win? What is the score? I'm not doing a locker room today. I got somewhere to be at. Y'all take too long. Y'all take too long. I got stuff to do. I can't handle locker room today. Nope, not today. Y'all take too long. I have me on here for 3 hours. Not today. Not today, folks. Not today. Have me on here 3, 4, 5 hours. I got stuff to do. Y'all ain't got nothing to do. I do. Okay. Rip 27-23. Val 21-14 Seahawks. Brian is Trini 27-24, Ryan Sucker, Walker field goal. Haitian boy, 24-21 Seahawks. Bucs live, 2017 Bucs winning by 3. Josh, 21-17, Bucs win. JR. 23-16 Seattle. Oh, we got some people picking Seattle. Oh, people picking Seattle for real. But you know what that tells me though? That means you're realistic. Because some of y'all be picking the Bucs every week. And that, y'all, I'm telling you, I ain't gonna call your names out. Felix, 35-23 Bucs. Bucs for life, 27-17 Bucs. I ain't gonna call some of you out, but some of you be picking the Bucs every week. Every time I say prediction, that's where your predictions at, and this and that. What's going over the predictions? A lot of y'all pick the Bucs every week. It don't even matter. Y'all pick the Bucs every week. Where's the objectivity? Where's the realistic at? You know, I might have to go back and watch some of these prediction videos. At the end of these videos, I'm gonna have to start writing some names down. I'll have to go back to week 1 and call you out and catch up to this week and be like, why do you pick the Bucs every week? And then when they lose, you get mad. Like, come on, man. Why do you pick the Bucs every week? Where's the objectivity? Where's your realistic football knowledge at? God dang, man. What is wrong with y'all, man? Dang. Can we have some like real conversation? Like, okay, you pick the Bucs lose because, okay, that's dialogue. That's dialect, right? We can dialogue about that. But picking the Bucs every week, that's like keep throwing boo-boo at the wall. Something's going to stick. I'm going to keep throwing boo-boo at the wall and something's going to stick. This is why some of y'all don't like me, because I'm not afraid to pick the other team, the opponent. I know I told y'all 12-5, right? People was mad at me because I said 12-5. People got mad at me because I said the Bucs going 12-5. Oh, he picked the Bucs to go 12-5. I gotta go on 14-3. I gotta go on 15-2. I gotta go on 17-0. I gotta go on 13-4. Well, where those folks at? Where those folks at? Anyway, my prediction. This is going to be a fun game, folks. Very, very, very fun game. Now, I can sit here and give you 10 minutes of nonsense and then get to my prediction, but I ain't going to do that. You know what I'm saying? And the great thing about me in this channel is I don't pick the Bucs every week. I don't. I am not afraid to go against the grain. That's what makes me different. And some of you are just like me, or you think like me. Realistic, objectivity, honesty, facts, and stuff like that. And you break things down. I've been right on a few games. I've been wrong on a few games. But in this prediction, I got the Bucs winning. This is one of the games I picked the Bucs to win. Going into the bye, go back and watch the prediction video, or go back and watch the schedule prediction. I got the Bucs winning this game. I really do. The Bucs win this game and move to 5-5. Going into the bye. Confidence. This is going to be a fun game, too. I like this game, too. I think it's going to be one of the funnest games. And, excuse me, I think it's going to be one of the funnest games this season for the Bucs that I've watched. And who saw this coming? I didn't see Seattle, say that 5 times fast. I didn't see Seattle. I thought it was going to be bad, one of the worst teams in the NFL. But I got the Bucs beating Seattle in a fun, nice scoring, or I can say high or low scoring, but in a nice score. $28-24. And this could be a breakout game for the Bucs offensively, too. A couple scores in the red zone. They're going to run the ball well. They're going to move the ball well. They're going to play with confidence. 28-24. The Bucs moved to 5-5. And yes, 12-5 is still intact. I said 12-5, folks. Don't get mad at me. I might get to 12-5. I might get the 12-5. I might get this. Now, if it's 11-6, I'll take that too, because I did say that's the low end. Anything outside of 11-6 and 12-5, it's a bad season for me. So if the Bucs go 10-7, I'm gonna be like, bull crap. That's an awful season. 8, 9-8, I'm gonna be like, ugh. 8-9, I'm like, what the hell? But anyway, 28-24, I got the Bucs winning. That's my prediction. And a fun game in Germany. Early wake up, folks. Make sure you up. 8:30 my time. That's Central Standard Time. 7:30 Mountain Time, and 6:30 in the morning in Pacific Time. And Eastern Standard Time, it's 8:30. So was it 9:30 or 8:30? Wait a minute. It's 9:30, right? The game is 9:30. I'm tripping. 8:30 my time. I'll be up though. I'm gonna be eating breakfast. Oh, no, I'm gonna eat some cereal. I'm gonna get some cereal, some regular cornflakes, and some sugar. I'm gonna be live early. This is gonna be the earliest time I've been live. I'm gonna be cold in my eye, trying to wipe my face and stuff like that. Gotta make sure money. You know what I'm saying? Gotta make sure this stuff right. You know what I'm saying? Got the twisties going. You know what I'm saying? Facts. But anyway, shout out to everybody that joined the locker room. No locker room talk today. Y'all take too long. Shout out to all the Pirates and Sea Bandits. Thank you for joining. With that being said, folks, can the Bucs get the 5-5 bye week? Subscribe, like, comment, share on all the videos. Don't forget to hit the notification bell icon for all new videos that's posted on the channel. With that being said, fire those cannons, seize the day, raise the flag. Hashtag no risk it, no biscuit. Hashtag facts with feelings. Hashtag bombs away. Hashtag stay humble. Hashtag what does your eyes tell you? Hashtag probability versus possibility. Hashtag trenches matter. Hashtag don't get mad at me. I don't play the game. I just talk about it. Hashtag FTC. Fire the cannons, right? Hashtag, and it's still online, folks. Super Bowl or bust. No excuses. I don't care about excuses. I want results. Super Bowl or bust. Buckles like an out. I will see y'all early Sunday morning. And yes, the Falcons and the Carolina Kitty Cats play tonight, Thursday Night Football. I hope both teams tie. I don't want either one of them to win. But most likely the Falcons going to win. And the Falcons going to move to 5-5. I think we're going to be tied with them going into the bye. Buckles like an out. I will see y'all Sunday. Make sure you have your cereal and your grits and eggs ready. I am. I'm out.